All right, hey, there are a lot of ways to improve your firewood quality. Use good wood. Get it nice and dry before you would sell it. If somebody wants it green, you got to let them know, and you got to inform them that it's not going to burn as well. But if somebody's in a desperate state, I'll sell them green firewood, usually at a discount. But that takes money out of my pocket later on when I sell good premium firewood. So get good firewood, get good quality wood. No elm, no pine, none of the crap wood that people don't like. A lot of the gums, they're not very popular. So get good wood. Make sure that you are letting it dry good. The other piece that sets me apart from other people are I have consistent sizes. A lot of people just cut down branches and they just willy-nilly buck them into whatever, and if they can get an axe through it or they can get on a splitter, that's good enough for them. I don't. I like to measure 16-inch pieces. One, it's easy to measure. It's kind of the universal measurement. 3 stacks of 16 inches makes 4 feet. When you measure cords, you're measuring 3 of those racks of 16-inch firewood. You can do it with 24-inch firewood, but they become this long. They're hard to manage. They're heavy. 16-inch has been perfect for not just bundles and not just firewood, but even some of my smoker guys. They have a big offset smoker box, so that 16-inch piece works good for them. If they want something smaller, I usually have a couple of odds and end pieces. I cut those down, but I set them aside. I don't mix little 8-inch pieces in with the 16-inch pieces or 24-inch pieces with 16. I try to stay consistent. There are a million ways to do it. There are things you can add to your saw. There's laser sights you can put on here that measure 16 inches. I've seen people measure from their bar and take a zip tie and pull it out off the handle so it sticks over here and they get an eyeball. Some people use an 18-inch bar and they just do kind of a measurement that way. Go to Amazon, spend next to nothing on a little guide. These are telescoping. If you want really long pieces, you can like unhook it and loosen it and tighten it out, or extend it out if you need to, but it has a magnet and it has a bar. And basically, you find a piece that's not your chain and you stick it on there, measure this out to where you want to cut, or if you're going left to right, you just put it on the inside of the bar, and then you just set this at the end of your last cut and then start cutting. What I do is I score. I don't cut with this on because it will get into the wood and it'll tip off, and I don't want it hitting this bar or the chain and come flying up at me. So I just put it on the bar and I just make all of my little 16-inch cuts. Zoom, 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 and I get 3 or 4. I take this thing off real easy, throw it away, put it in my pocket. Some people will cut with it in their hand. I don't really like that because I've had this thing kicked back in my face a few times, so I always like to be as prepared as possible. I don't want anything else messing with me. So I score my wood to 16-inch pieces, and then I cut it all the way through. So I'm gonna put this on here. We're gonna score some of these, and then we're gonna cut them down to 16 inches to show you how easy it is. Hey, I messed that up, so I'm going to take a second and talk to you about why I messed that up. An experienced firewood person would tell you. I measured my 16-inch piece. So I've got a nice 16-inch piece here, so I'm going to have a consistency. This will just go to offset heating and some boiler wood and maybe some heat projects for some of my guys once they're done barbecuing. They keep a temperature with whatever type of wood. Ash isn't really a good barbecuing wood, but people will use it to keep the heat in there. But here's what I screwed up. This is a stump end. See how it flares out at the end? See that flare, how it just kind of curves up? I should have just measured 16 inches from this side, and then I would have had a straighter piece. So now when I go to split this, it's a little taller on this side than on this side, so they won't be perfectly straight. Still absolutely usable, but again, if you're gonna make your firewood as good as you can, you gotta think about that, and I didn't think right here. So on this piece right here, flare down here at the bottom, so I will measure my 16 from this side over, and I'll cut here. That way I have a nice straight piece. All right, we're gonna shut it down for a little while on the camera. We're gonna get some more wood done, but I don't have my 4-way, so that was single way wedge. Takes a little longer, but as you can tell, makes some premium pieces. Again, consistent lengths, about 16 inches every time, instead of a bunch of 20 and 24 and gnarly pieces. I throw the gnarly pieces that you see at a lot of other people's firewood. I put it over here in the boiler wood. Look, see this? When I get a piece that's crotchy and knotty and all that, we give this away for campfire wood. We help people that are in need with, it'll still burn and it's still a good firewood, but it's ugly. It doesn't bundle well, it doesn't stack well. And a big difference when I'm trying to charge people a good price. I want to make sure they're getting a good product. But these are manageable, the right size for us. And down here in Louisiana, some people would like pieces twice as big as this. I've got some customers that do ask for largers, and I split them largers, set them a basket or two aside. But yeah, just a real quick way to kind of go through and show you how to make those consistent lengths and get a better quality product. Raise your prices, stand out amongst your competitors. If you're competing with the Facebook marketplace people, just know that they have no idea what they're doing. Sizes are inconsistent, species are inconsistent, price is inconsistent, and obviously the dryness is all over the place. Usually they're very green, very wet, and a bad experience. I don't advertise very much because people heard about, had a bad experience and hear about me from somebody, and they say I need to get a new firewood guy, and they just refer people away. So I gotta get some ash done. We got all those rounds bucked up, but we're gonna go ahead and use this. Even with the single way, it'll go pretty quick. We'll make a big pile and then we'll get some totes over here. So that's it for today. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, I'm glad to be back. I'm sorry it's taking so long to get some video. If you've been waiting on it, tell everybody, hit the little bell for notifications when I do. I'll be more consistent this time, and I appreciate all your help. Thanks.